My name is Mirna. I'm 14 and I love speaking. Not arguing, not shouting. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about the kind of speaking that makes a crowd pause, heads tilt. Here's my secret. Most nights before I go to bed, I find myself in front of my bedroom mirror. My room is warm and softly lit, a string of fairy lights draped above my bookshelf, tiny sticky notes on the wall, my school bag slouched on a chair. I grab my toothbrush, plant my feet just so, and suddenly, I'm the host of Mirna's Big Night Show. Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Mirna, and our very special guest is the toothbrush. I introduce my imaginary guests, ask sharp questions, crack clever jokes. The audience, played by my own clapping, roars with laughter. Sometimes my phone, perched on a little stand, records all of it. Later, I watch myself. Half the tapes get deleted, but the ones I keep make me smile. That's the real me, I think. The Mirna who isn't afraid of her own voice. At school, other people notice my voice too. In literature class, when the teacher asks, "Who wants to volunteer?" all eyes slide my way. "Mirna, read for us." I don't always want to. I'm secretly nervous half the time. But I speak clear and tall. Everyone listens. On the outside, I'm the girl who doesn't worry. That illusion didn't last. One morning, our history teacher surprised us. We're organizing a public speaking contest. Each class will choose one speaker. Votes? Pens scratched, murmurs rose, and soon every head turned to me. Their faces hungry for inspiration, or just grateful not to be chosen. Mirna, of course. My insides turned icy. My hands went cold. I forced a smile. Sure, no problem. Outwardly calm, inside, my voice shrank. Who am I to stand on a real stage? Not just my mirror stage? In front of judges, a microphone, a crowd I can't see past the lights? But it was set. All week, I carried a notebook everywhere. A little blue one with doodles in the margins and pages starting to curl. I scribbled and scribbled, pressing words onto the paper like they mattered. They did. My speech was about girls, about how speaking up was more than volume, more than bravado. I wrote, crossed out, wrote again. By sunset one evening, I was writing on our building's rooftop. The city below hummed, honking cars, music drifting from windows, the distant call to prayer. Sometimes the wind snatched my sticky notes, tossing them like confetti. I let one fly and watched it spin and dip, the yellow paper glinting in the dusky light. What if I mess up? I whispered to the fading sky, to my own worried reflection in my phone's black screen. The morning of the contest, everything inside me shook. Backstage, I could hear the crowd already. Shuffling chairs, low laughter, microphones testing. My school uniform felt stiff, constricting around my throat. I peeked through the curtains. The room swam with faces. I gripped my hands to hide their trembling. Then I saw her. A girl in the front row, twisting her fingers, her eyes wide and a little wild. She looked like me. Or maybe she looked how I felt. Like courage was a sweater a size too big, but we'd have to wear it anyway. When they called my name, I stepped out. Just before the microphone, I took one long, slow breath. I let the words I'd written settle in my chest. Then I spoke. I talked about fear because I knew it well. I talked about bravery because I wanted to know it better. I told the crowd that girls speaking up wasn't about perfection. It was about truth. It was about daring to say, "This is me, and I deserve to be heard." When I finished, there was a heartbeat of silence. Then applause. Gentle, then growing. The girl in the front row stood, clapping as if my words belonged to her too. That's when I realized speaking isn't a performance. Speaking is courage shared. Voice given, then echoed. I'm Mirna. I love to speak. And I believe every girl deserves to find her voice and use it, because your voice doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be true.